Here's just some testing we've done in the past, and this just kind of showcases. So if you take a look at it, where the isosyn bar is, the other ones are the group 1 types of products. So these are the base oils, okay? And so you can run oxidation testing. Oxidation testing just says, you know, how long is the oil going to last in a piece of equipment. So this is not the full formulation of an engine oil, but this is the starting point, the base oil. The 3 bars you see on the left-hand side, those are group 1 products. So group 1 is like a typical base oil coming out of here is like Safor base oil stocks, or ExxonMobil has group 1 stocks. That's the oxidation life. So obviously when you look at this chart, the higher the bar, the better the performance on oil oxidation. And if you think about oil oxidation, think about things like deposit formation, sludge. So when an oil oxidizes, that's what ends up happening to the engine oil or to the piece of equipment. Then we can take that group 1 and mix 25% synthetic oil in it, or synthetic base oil in it. So even if you mix 25%, well, it goes up a little bit in terms of better performance. Then you can do a 50-50 mix. Make it like a synthetic blend. That's the 3rd bar on the left-hand side there going, or I guess going right. And then finally, you can mix 75%. So it's almost a full synthetic at that point, right? You got a little bit of group 1, and now you've got 75% synthetic base oil in it. And you can see where Chevron's 100% premium group 2 base oil is. So we kind of sit in there about the same level as a 75-25 mixture and at 100% synthetic. So that's why when we talk about isosyn technology, we talk about rivaling synthetic performance, because we can get there on oil oxidation life. We can get there on long drains. We can get there on deposit formation. The things that you would think that a synthetic engine oil is going to get you there on. So the other piece we did was we said, okay, well, let's take a look at the full formulation. So what we did was we did some testing on some of our Delo 400 product versus some full synthetic engine oils. Now these products are in the US, but they're the highest levels that you can get on synthetic products. So we tested Mobil Delvac 1, ESP, which stands for Extended Service Protection, SAE 5W40. So what this chart tells you is this. If the first one, that kind of the brown top says 100% PAO. PAO is a full synthetic base oil. It's actually made, it's not even made through a petroleum refining process. You actually start with natural gas. It's a very pure base oil when it comes out. Very high performing is what it is. One of the bigger benefits of PAOs is it gets you very cold weather temperature performance. So we said, well, let's take a look at the Mobil 1 formulation. So we ran what's called a gas chromatography, and we were able to kind of chart. So it's basically, it's like a DNA test, right? So what this DNA test says, okay, how much PAO is in that Mobil 1 formulation? And you can see, so the Mobil 1 is the blue. It's a little bit maybe hard to see. And then we also said, okay, well, is there any mineral oil in it? Mineral meaning like a group 2 base oil or another group 3 type of base oil. And so you can see that the Mobil 1 has almost all, it's a very high percentage of PAO that it's formulated with. Then we took a look at Shell. So in the US, Shell markets their product as Rotella. Here in South Africa, I believe it's called Rimula. Same names. Typically what Shell does is they use Rotella in the United States and North America. Outside of North America, they use the name Rimula. But again, they use the same types of formulations and stuff. So this is the full synthetic Rotella. Again, taking kind of that DNA test, Shell has some PAO in it, but not 100%, or not a high percentage as the Mobil. So then what we did is we said, well, let's run kind of head-to-head with our Delo 400 multigrade product. So one of the things we can do is run an actual ASTM test. So this is not a Chevron test. This is a test you can go out to the industry and just to a third-party lab and say, run this test for us. And they'll run the test for you. And the ASTM indicates there's a procedure, a set procedure, and there's set statistics around running that test. So you can see on the left-hand side, Delo 400 multigrade, which is the same product you can buy in this market. We compared it to the Delvac 1, ESP 540, and Rotella T6. Now what this test tells me is they run it at 285 degrees Celsius, so it's a very high temperature test. What it really correlates with is it helps correlate with piston deposits and turbocharger deposits. So when you have those more high-performing engines, it'll give you an idea of is there directionally that this oil is going to cause more deposits or less deposits. As you can see, so our Delo 400, which is not a synthetic product, it's basically just Delo with our premium Group 2 base oil and our additive formulation, when compared to the other two products, performs actually pretty well. So we performed equally to the Mobil 1, and we were better than the Rotella T6 in terms of lower deposits, lower potential for issues there.